Well, greetings, Rebel fans, and it is such a privilege to be here with you on this beautiful Saturday. We have an amazing group of women here to talk about basketball and Las Vegas and what an emerging sports city it truly is. And so, again, we thank you for spending part of your Saturday with us. Las Vegas is truly the epicenter of sports, and it all starts with basketball. So with that, I'm going to turn it over to our new women's basketball head coach, Las Vegas native, Stanford graduate, and just a wonderful leader. So with that, Coach Lindy Rocque.
Awesome. Thank you, Desiree. Thank you for everyone that is on this call, and excited to hear from our fabulous panelists and young ladies that we have today. Our call is called For the Love of the Game, so that's what we're going to talk about. We're going to hear stories, experiences, and share ideas even here on this call with all of our young ladies. To get us started, I do want to introduce who we have on the call. So we will start with our Lady Rebels. First, we have assistant coach Mia Bell on the call. She is originally from Chicago, moved out here to Las Vegas right before high school, and basically hasn't left since. She played at Durango High School, continued her career here at UNLV as a player, and then started her coaching career here. So we are super excited that Mia has stayed in the Rebel family for basically her whole life. And she really knows a lot about our Las Vegas city. So thank you, Mia. Next, we have senior guard Bailey Thomas. Bailey started her high school career in Michigan and then graduated here in Las Vegas and Centennial High School in 2016. Bailey is an accounting major and has already started on her master's degree and going to finish that within the year, I know, because she is a super worker. And Bailey was the Mountain West Defensive Player of the Year this past season. So excited to have Bailey on here. Next, we have senior center Krista Jackman from Mojave Valley, Arizona. She graduated from River Valley High School in 2017. For those of you that don't know, that's just right on the Nevada-Arizona border over there by Laughlin, so not too far. Krista is an urban affairs major with an emphasis in social work, and she has a super passion for helping others in need, whether it be the homeless or children in the foster care system. So basically, Krista just has an enormous heart, and we're lucky to have her on our team. Next, we have sophomore guard Melanie Isbell, goes by Mel, another product of Centennial High School, graduating in 2019. Mel had an awesome freshman year. She is a hospitality major with plans to go to law school once her playing days are done. And I don't know very many people that are as passionate about our Las Vegas city as Mel is. So I'm excited to have her share that with you all today. Moving right along, we have a freshman guard, Tiana Carter, from Tucson, Arizona, graduated from Canyon del Oro High School in 2019. Tiana is actually a sophomore academically, but going to be a freshman athletically. She redshirted this past season to work on her skills and strength, and from what I know, she has learned a ton that we are excited to add to our team this season. T is a kinesiology major, so excited for T to get out on the court this season. And then lastly of our Lady Rebels, we have Jade Thomas, a freshman guard, recent graduate of Centennial High School, literally just last month. Jade had a stellar career at Centennial, obviously winning more games than I can even count, and state titles and all that jazz. So we are super excited to add Jade to our team. For those of you that don't know, Jade is one of the younger sisters of Bailey Thomas. And I am super excited for them because this is the first time they're going to ever play on the same team in organized basketball, outside of probably the hoop in their front yard when they would beat each other up maybe. So I'm excited for them to experience a true sisterhood on our team this year. And Jade is looking forward to majoring in journalism and media. So those are our Lady Rebels on the call. And then for our celeb here on the call, we have Miss Asia Wilson. I will say Kelsey Plum was due to be on this call, but I think everyone has seen the recent news that she did just have an injury to her Achilles tendon, had successful surgery, and so very understandable. She could not make it on our call today, but we do want to send out our healing thoughts, our prayers, our well wishes for Kelsey. I've seen her work in the gym, and I know she's going to take that work ethic to her rehab, and she will be back better than ever. So we're with you out there, Kelsey, but we do have Asia still. So now she's got the platform to herself. So Asia is from South Carolina, played at South Carolina, won a national championship in 2017, #1 draft pick for the first year that the Lady Aces were here in Las Vegas. And I guess your 3rd year in the league now. You're becoming an oldie. And Asia has, if I read her whole bio, we'd be here all day. And I think we actually want to hear her speak. So I'm just going to like kind of cut it at that. But she has USA basketball experience, really every award, every record broken at South Carolina you could imagine. We'll save you guys to ask those questions if you really want to know, but you can trust me that she's got a lot on that resume. So those are our panelists and speakers for today. So thank you, ladies, for being on. I'm excited to help kind of, I guess, moderate this and get to hear from you all. So like I said, let me just share my screen real quick, because this wouldn't be a webinar if we didn't have prizes, right? So let me show you this real quick. We do have our prizes. I encourage you to ask your questions in the Q&A, and they will be filtered through. So we want to hear what you want to know from our panelists. And then we have some amazing prizes. So stay tuned, and we will kind of announce those as we can move forward. But without further ado, we will come back to us here, and let's get started with some questions. So let's start with some of our Lady Rebels that went to high school here in the Valley. So let me get Mel and Bailey and Jade and even Mia to start this out. You know, if you can reflect on your youth basketball experience here in Las Vegas, maybe what do you remember from it? Okay, obviously some of you even maybe played together, and then now seeing how especially girls basketball has really taken off, thankfully, you know, to some of the aces like Asia, and really becoming an emerging women's sports town. So let me start it with you, Bailey. We'll go to Mel, Mia, and Jade.
Well, I only got to play high school basketball in Vegas for 1 year, but I did get to play with Mel, who's on the call, and I do remember it being super competitive in games and in practice. We would always go at each other, and we'd always travel to get the best competition, which I think what Vegas basketball is really about, is just the competitive aspect. And I'm glad that I got Mel and Jade and Justice, some more Centennial people coming with me so we can bring that competitive aspect to UNLV as well.
Hey guys, so obviously like Bailey said, I'm super blessed to be able to play with girls that I've played with growing up. Definitely the competitive aspect. I remember always playing on boys teams. Boys basketball has always been huge, but now that we have GYB and women's leagues are going up right now, it's really cool to see like girl power kind of go crazy these days. So that change has been really cool to grow up and witness.
I'm kind of similar to Mel. If I can go back, which seems like forever ago, I actually started playing basketball when I moved here to Vegas. So if not for Vegas, I don't know where I would be, to be honest with you guys. But I started off playing basketball with my cousins on their AAU team. They're all boys, 3 of them. And we were all on the same AAU team, going to those practices. And as I continue to go throughout my basketball career, one thing that just stands out to me is just the support. Las Vegas community supports their athletes, the people from here. And I got to experience that firsthand, not only playing high school basketball here, but college basketball, and even going on into my coaching career. And then another thing that stands out is just the growth of the talent in the city. And that has a lot to do with, you know, organizations like GYB and things like that, that are backing youth basketball and girls basketball in particular. So it's just great to see the growth of it. And it's just exciting with the Aces and everything that's going on here in Las Vegas, that basketball is just popping right now. It's a big thing. So.
I agree, Mia. Thank you. Jade?
Going along with what Bailey said, Centennial was very competitive and they expected a lot from you. And I also got to play with Mel for a couple of years, so that was fun. But I think like we learned to handle pressure easy because being nationally ranked, like everyone wants to beat you, everyone's gunning for you. So I think that will really help us for college and everything. So I'm ready for the pressure, and I think Mel is ready too. Same with Bailey and everyone else, because being nationally ranked, everyone looks at you. You play, you travel, so it was just fun to do that.
Awesome. Well, we're excited for you to add that competitive spirit to our team too. So thank you. From those of you that haven't spoke yet, Asia, I'm going to start with you and then go to Krista and T. I think, everyone is different, but do you have that moment, that day, that experience where you first picked up a basketball and you're like, what is this thing? What do I do with it? Where does it go? And then you kind of figured it out. And then why did you keep coming back? What kind of, I guess, started your love for it? Asia, I'm going to start with you.
Excuse me. So yeah, for me, I was a late bloomer. I wasn't the one that's like, oh, I picked up basketball when I was 3 years old and like, I just was born in the gym. That was not me. I probably didn't start playing basketball till maybe I was like, maybe 14 years old, 15 years old. So like, I wasn't really into it because I just didn't like it. I didn't like to sweat. I hated being anywhere close to anything that would make me sweat. But then my dad played it for so long, so he kind of got me into it. He said, just give AAU a try. Just, you never know. So I got on it. I sucked. Absolutely couldn't stand it. I was like, I'm over it. I probably looked so bad. But then I just saw the joy in my teammates when they were winning games, when we were just traveling. Like the bonds that I created through basketball really helped me fall in love with the game. And then once I kind of got a feel for it, then that's when I started just falling in love with it. I love getting better. It was always on my TV. I always wanted to watch it. And I think the times have changed for me because there was no WNBA that I could watch or I could go to. So all I saw was NBA. All I saw was men's college basketball because, women's side was like UConn, Tennessee, the Stanfords, like it was okay. But being from South Carolina, we're a football state. So it wasn't something that I saw every day. So I just started watching it and I just started falling in love with it because I was just like, wow, like this is amazing. You just have so much fun with it. It opens so many doors for you. So for me, the thing that just kept wanting me just to get better and coming back to the game just had to be just the feeling that I had being out there on the court. Basketball is my outlet. It will always be my outlet. It's my job, but it's still my outlet. And, I just get to just have so much fun. I get to meet so many different people. And that's kind of what brought me back to the game. And I just fell in love with it.
Awesome. Thank you. Krista, you want to follow up that?
Asia pretty much said it all, but I think I started playing basketball in 6th grade. I was super tall in 6th grade, 5'10", so everyone was like, yeah, play basketball. I wasn't a band kid in middle school. I played like a saxophone, so it was a huge jump for me. But that was the first sport I ever played, and when I started playing basketball, like I realized like the competitive side, the passion for it. And yeah, like I wasn't good. I was still figuring out my height and my length, and I was just very awkward probably to watch when I was young. But when I got into high school, I became more focused on it, and especially after my sophomore year, everything that I went through in my life, basketball became my outlet, it became my passion. And I realized with basketball, I can go further. I can accomplish my dreams. I can actually be one of the first in my family to go to college and get a degree. So that's where my love came from.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing, Krista. T, how about you?
So growing up, I played soccer. Like that's just what I did. And I really thought I wanted to go to college and play soccer. And it wasn't until my 8th grade year when the coach at my middle school kind of was like, hey, come try out for the basketball team. And I was like, nah, like that's not really my thing. But my friends are doing it. So I went on and tried out for the team. And kind of like Krista was saying, I was so awkward when I first started and I was so clumsy. So it just, I'd run down the court and just fall like 3 steps in. So, but after like continuing playing it, I kind of just found a passion for it and it became my outlet. And the connections I made with my teammates and the opportunity to travel, I just really developed a passion for it. And I was like, I wanted to be able to continue the journey and go to college and play. So yeah, that's kind of where my love for it came.
Awesome. I'm actually going to keep it right here with you three. You three are the tallest women on our call, I think. And so all of you touched on like being awkward. And, you know, I feel like a lot of young women feel that and can maybe think negatively of themselves. So when you think about your awkward self, like what made you come back? Was it your friends or the camaraderie? You know, I'm sure there had to be something that made you come back, because feeling awkward is like not a great feeling, right? It doesn't make you feel good to feel awkward, but what made you come back, especially to basketball?
For me, I would just have to say, like, the fact that basketball just opened so many doors for me. Like, it allowed me to grow up very, very fast. Like, you have to make a huge decision at the age of like 16 when you're committing to a school. So like, it just really made me grow up really fast. And awkwardly tall, it kind of sucks in the beginning. But once you start finding yourself and once you surround yourself with people that support you and love you no matter what, you kind of block out all the extra noise, because I'm like, I don't really care what you say. I can make a living with being tall, and like it can pay my bills one day. So like that's kind of the mindset that I had at a young age. I was like, I can't help. This is the way God made me. Like it is what it is. I'm going to continue to be me. And like that just helped fuel my energy into playing the game of basketball, into loving the game. Because I'm like, hey, if they're going to talk about me, they got to say something good about me. They're like, okay, she's tall, but she's a bucket as well. So it's like, you just keep that energy that it's like, hey, whatever. I would get, oh, girl, you never going to find a boyfriend. You going to never find a, oh, you so tall. I don't really care about that. I'm here to play the game and keep it moving. So like, it really just gave me that just an attitude of like, I don't really care. It's a little expensive being tall, honestly. But at the end of the day, you know, I am who I am. And it's just accept me for who I am.
Awesome. Thank you, Asia. Krista, you have anything to add on to that?
To add on to that, I guess like we have an advantage, and that's what you need in basketball. Like the game becomes easier, especially when you have that advantage. Like being 6'5", especially in high school, like no one is my height until I came around to college. So it was just fun. It was fun, like blocking shots. Like that's what I used my lanky advantage to, was like taking advantage of the smaller people. I know that sounds terrible right now, but it's a sport. This is my advantage, and I'm going to use the best to my advantage, and I'm going to work on my skill, because I grew so fast at a young age. Like I had to grow out of that awkwardness, but once I found myself, like I became more confident.
Great. Thank you, Krista. T, any final thoughts on how you overcame your awkwardness?
Yeah. For me, I was the tallest kid in my middle school. I just grew really fast, and I hated everyone who always asked, "Oh, you play basketball? You play basketball?" And I'm like, you got to say yes at that point. So I went back, kept trying, and once I like overcame that awkwardness and kind of grew into my body a little more, it just became natural. And yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Those are, I think hopefully our listeners, those are the things that, you know, especially some young girls, I'm sure they're feeling the same thing. So thank you for speaking to that. Kind of moving a little bit in that same direction. You know, all of you are young women now, not girls, but what type of characteristics, skill sets have you felt that you maybe started on the court that now you have taken into other areas of your life? If we can hear from a couple of our Lady Rebels, let's do Mel and Bailey, and let's do Krista again, and then Asia, you can chime in at the end.
So definitely as a point guard on the court, you learn things like leadership and communication. So carrying that over into, like you said, like we're young women now, it's like, whoa, I didn't sign up for this. But you kind of take those habits and those tendencies into the professional field, into school, into building relationships that could ultimately help you in the long run. So things like that, and definitely overcoming adversity in games. There's no telling what's going to happen. Anything can happen. So just kind of learning, observing, and adapting, and then overcoming. All of those characteristics can be put into everyday life. So definitely things like that.
Thank you. I agree. Bailey?
One of the biggest things I learned from being on the court is probably working with people who don't have the same mindset as me, like think the same as I do, because before basketball, I'm gonna hang out with people who like the same things I like and do the things that I like. And then you're on a team with 12 other people who think differently than you, and you have to learn to work together, even if you have different backgrounds or different mindsets. And you can bring that in school when you have group projects, you're working with a bunch of different people. You already have experience with that because you've been on a team your whole life, so you know how to handle different perspectives and different viewpoints.
Totally. Awesome analogy. Thank you. Krista, you got anything?
Yeah, I guess the biggest thing that I learned from basketball, like going into life, is that everything, like life comes at you so fast and everything's very competitive, like getting a job, getting an internship, finishing school. So that is like the biggest takeaway I can tell you guys is the competitive side of basketball and forming relationships.
Absolutely. Asia?
Yeah, those were all like really, really good. I would have to say for me, I think pretty much all of us know on this call that basketball is a game of runs, and so is life. I think we always have that sluggish team that comes out third quarter a little bit behind the gas, and it's like, all right, you got to pump it up fourth quarter, and even in the beginning of the game. And my mom would always say, it's not how you start, it's how you finish. And I think that's how I take on my life. That's how I take on my day-to-day. There'll be days where I am just totally down and out, but then sometimes it's just like you got to snap out of it and continue. It is a game of runs, and no matter what, you just got to keep your head on straight and just make sure that you're determined in whatever you want to do. And I think that's how the game is really translated over into my life now, especially as a professional. It's different. The world is different. You see things differently now. And at the end of the day, you still have to be that person that smiles, that signs that autograph, that has to be out there because that's how people look at you. So, yeah, I would definitely say basketball has really made me see a different input on life and how I approach things.
Absolutely. Thank you. That's great, especially, with our pandemic and the challenges. This is, maybe the world going on a run against us. So we're building up our momentum to go back on our own runs. So with that, we have our first winner to announce. Desiree, if you want to go ahead and announce our first winner.
Certainly. So Emily Leonard is the winner of the Raising Cane's basket. Congratulations, Emily Leonard. Thank you for being a part of us. And one of our marketing team members will be in contact with you. And Coach Rocque, it looks like we have a question for you as well. Carrie S. would like to know, so many guys think they want to challenge you to one-on-one. I imagine this goes for every single one of our panelists. Although many are probably not going to challenge Asia. But they want to challenge you to a one-on-one. They just don't know how good you are. How do you handle those situations?
Well, I think I saw a little bit of an eye roll from just about everyone on the call. And I think I've maybe even seen Asia and, clap back at some of these on Twitter. So I might pass that to her. But, I would say that first and foremost, while it may not come off as a compliment, I do think that it is a compliment. And I think it takes, kind of a great personality to be able to see that. But then, I think as female basketball players, we all are kind of like, come on, dude, so, but I think it's important that we all, act in a respectful manner, frankly, because while, someone's intentions may come off different as we perceive it, but one-on-one is such a small part of the game of basketball, and people think it can really be a power situation maybe, but so I think the best way for ladies, for our ladies to handle that situation to be like, thank you for the compliment. That means that you want to take me on. So you've already given me a great respect. And then you just gotta, you gotta keep it moving forward. So I don't know if Asia, you might have to chime in on this one, because I know you have an opinion on it, girl.
Yeah, I mean, I love that, Coach. That is so nice. That's the way that I would love to approach it. But when it comes to me, I'm like, come on now. You got to send prayers up for them, because at the end of the day, it's like you won't they won't walk up to LeBron James and say that. So what makes you think you can walk up to me and say it? Like, I feel that I take it as a little disrespectful because I'm like, you really think you're like on my level? And I hate it. And it sounds conceited and cocky, but at the end of the day, like if I just don't say anything, they're going to think that they won. So for me, I'm like, bring it. I got shoes in the back. We can go right now. We can make a hoop. Like, it is what it is. But I love your approach to it, Coach. I think I need to learn that. I'm going to take that and I'm going to be like, I got to do this. I got to focus on that.
We got to kill them with kindness and then beat them on the court.
Pretty much.
Exactly. And all of our women on this call too, we have to lean into that because yes, we appreciate that. We want to be on that same playing field, but we're going to lean in and we're going to do it with a smile, but we're going to beat you.
Awesome. Well, congratulations to our winner. And I know we have more to come. Hopefully no one asks me any more questions and they let me do the question asking. So I'm gonna start us back up again. We've talked a little bit about this, about being on a team and how it can translate to multiple different parts of life. And I'm gonna actually allow everyone to answer this one. What is your favorite part about being on a team? And I'll just leave it open-ended like that. So let's go Jade, Tiana, and Bailey, and then we'll finish it out with the rest of you.
My favorite part about being on a team is having people who go through the same things that you go through, because I feel like that makes it like easier to talk to and like someone who knows what your struggles are. So like if you're sore, like you could tell your mom, like, Mom, I'm sore, and she's like, okay, but like if you tell your teammate, like they know and they can relate to you. So having someone be there to like help you and like be a shoulder to lean on, like that's definitely my favorite part.
Awesome.
I'm gonna kind of have to agree with Jade on that one. Like just the relationships that you build, the bonds that you build. My closest friends are people I've been on a team with. And just like they get you more than anyone else. Like, you know, you can tell your other friends, oh, I'm sore, or, oh, wow, that 3-hour practice kicked my butt. But like everyone on your team, like they're going to get you on a different level. So yeah, just the relationships.
Bailey, you got anything different?
I would just say my favorite part is probably just having like a safe environment for me to just act myself and not be judged. I can act crazy or I can act however I want. My teammates will probably join in and act crazy with me. So just having like a safe place where I can just be myself.
Yeah, that's a great point. Asia, do you what's your favorite part of the team? And then we'll go Mel, Coach Mia, and Krista.
My favorite part would have to be just like I think I don't know. I would have to. It's so much. I would have to say the relationships. That was a good one. And also I would have to say just like the accountability. I think it helps me as a woman. If KP was on this call, we were probably bickering because that's just who we are. She's not gonna let me back down and she's not gonna shut up. And like same for me. So I think just that camaraderie that we have and that you just can't find that anywhere else besides on a team. So yeah, just the relationships and the bond. Like I can cuss you out, you can cuss me out, but at the end of the day, we can go get a snack at study hall, like before study hall. So like that type stuff, I really appreciate that.
Pretty authentic. How about you, Mel?
Yeah, so immediately I thought of AAU season and traveling, and those are like probably my favorite memories ever. And just kind of like those tournaments where you just play like 4 games a day, and then you're just like with your team, with your girls, with like your favorite people ultimately, and like everyone said, you're going through the same things as your teammates, and those bonds like can't be broken. Like it's all the same answer, low key, but it's so true. Like these are girls that you have a relationship with forever, that experience the same things as you and stuff like that. So just kind of those relationships, you take them with you forever. So
thanks, Mel. How about you, Mia?
I would say the same thing. It's definitely the relationships, but more so in a way that you get to know people that you probably wouldn't have crossed paths with otherwise. I know just from a college perspective, being on a team with players from different countries, I played with players from Africa, Germany, all across the United States. And, you know, I probably wouldn't have been in those type of situations to get to know them, their culture, and be a little bit more open-minded than I would have been if not for being on that team. And then someone else said it, just being able to be myself and be open to, you know, what they have to give me, what I have to give them. And then to see each one of them now, because I'm friends with so many of my teammates, they're like my sisters. I call them my sisters. To see where they're at right now in life, it's pretty special just to be a part of their journey, them to be a part of mine. It's nothing like that. You'll never forget those memories ever. So that's my favorite part.
Great point, Mia. Krista, you have any final thing?
Yeah, like to wrap it up, backing off of everyone, I love the variety of relationships you create. Everyone is different in their own, like everyone is so unique on your team, and you form these cool relationships, and like you're going to remember these people for the rest of your life, especially college basketball. I'm going to remember everyone I've ever played with. And oddly enough, the like thing I love the most is the comfortability. Like when you hang out in the locker room, like we form relationships and it's such a close bond. Like everyone is so comfortable with each other, and we're able to express our feelings, and we're able to vent to each other, and it's like healthy minds for us as well. Like that's what I love the most.
Awesome. Thank you. That was, great answers. Desiree, do you have anything to add to our team answer? Your favorite part about being on a team? You kind of lead our athletic department team. Do you have anything to add?
Well, thank you for asking. I love seeing people achieve more than they ever thought possible. That warms my heart. It fills my bucket. And seeing how all these incredibly talented people, and all of a sudden that light goes on, like, yes, I really can run my own law firm. Or yes, I'm going to be a CEO, Bailey Thomas. Or Krista is going to go reform the foster care system. Like, I love seeing those lights go on, and that warms my heart. So, yeah. Can I interject a question? Is that all right?
Yes, let's go for it.
All right, I see Kyle has asked a question, and he is a senior at one of our local high schools, and he is heading out to college very soon. One question that he would like to ask our team is, what advice would they have for giving him when he is starting out as the new kid on a team, and how did you guys go about handling or fitting in with the new team? He gets a little bit anxious at times.
Great question, Kyle. Thank you so much. Asia, let's start it with you on that, and then we'll have a couple others chime in.
Starting on a new team, whether it's freshman year, rookie, anything new, I would say the biggest thing that you can do is just be yourself. I think when you start doing extra stuff or things outside of your box, that's when things can get really, really crazy, and then it's out of control and it's out of your hands. So for me, I would have to say just be yourself, but also trust the fact that you know what's right. That's something Coach Staley would always tell me my freshman year, because freshman, you don't want to step on toes. You're like, okay, I'm still trying to figure myself out. I don't know exactly. But at the end of the day, sometimes you got to trust your instinct and say, hey, like, I know she should have set that screen, or I know something, and speak up. Those are things that I wish I would have done my freshman year, speak up a lot more. We probably would have got past just losing in the semifinals. But things like that, like I would definitely just say, know your role, just do you, and just have fun, and just know that you have just as much as a respect as a senior does.
Thank you. Mel, I'm going to have you chime in. You just finished your freshman year. Can you piggyback off Asia and add some new points?
Yeah, Asia's totally right. Kind of learning your role, but also don't think of yourself as a freshman. At the end of the day, you're there because your coaches believe in you and you're that good. So trust yourself. Like, you know how much work you put in. Like, don't let anyone phase you. Do you, be there for your team, and the ball will roll the way it should. So just be confident.
Thank you, Mel. How about you, Mia? Your playing days were a bit away, but now I think you've had some good time to reflect. So what would you tell freshman Mia?
Oh, that's funny. I talk about this a lot. I would say enjoy it. When I know you're probably thinking about it and kind of psyching yourself out a little bit, but like Mel said, have confidence, go in there. You're there for a reason. Be yourself, and you don't have to step outside of your box at all. But when you're there, enjoy it. Enjoy every moment of it. Whether that's athletically, academically, excel, give your all in everything that you do. And one thing that I wish I would have done more was interact with other types of people outside of my team. Just get more involved in the university life as a whole. I think I could have gotten a different perspective, but that's just my advice.
Awesome. Thank you. Well, on that note, we have another winner. We have another winner for our Nike and Gatorade bundle snaps. This goes to Denise D. Denise D, you are the winner of the Gatorade and Nike bundle. So marketing will be in contact with you. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope that you really enjoy your prizes. With that, I think we have some more questions from those that are on the line with us. So let's see if we can get to those. Desiree, do you have one queued up, ready to go? You're muted, Desiree, sorry.
Yeah, sorry about that. One of our guests would like to know, how do you balance basketball and academics, and what support system do you have to make sure that you are achieving all that you wish academically?
Great question. Let's start with, I know that's a big one, so get to thinking. We're gonna go to Tiana first, and then we're gonna go to Jade because she's our new valedictorian on the team, so clearly she knows how to handle both. Snaps, and congrats to Jade. And then we'll kick it to you, Asia, to finish off. T, go ahead and get us started.
Okay, for me, especially as a college athlete, there are so many resources and so many people here that want to help you succeed academically and athletically. So that's been super great. But I think the biggest thing is like your time management. And especially as an athlete, you know, you have practice and then weights and all that, and you don't feel like doing your work right after a workout. So just making sure you get everything done and not pushing everything to the last minute. I think that's something I struggled with this year. So I got to get better at that. But yeah, not leaving everything to the last minute, and just utilizing your resources because you have so many that are available to you. So just making sure you take advantage of all that, because this is probably, you know, one of the very few times in your life where everyone's just genuinely trying to help you succeed. So I guess, yeah, just using all your resources and time management would be my advice.
Thank you, T. How about you, Jade? You've got some success, so tell us your secret recipe.
Thank you. For me, it's definitely about sacrifice. Like, at the end of the day, what is more important to you, and for like your future, like what is a party going to do for you, and like what is studying going to do for you. So like it may like not be what you want to do now, but in the long run it's going to help you, and like when you reach your goals, it just makes it that much more worth it. So definitely sacrificing like social like parties, birthday parties, like vacations, all of that, just to study. But if you like make the most of it, then it doesn't sound as bad as I made it sound. But that's definitely for me what it is.
Well, we know you have some fun too, but you've been able to balance them really well. Asia, you have anything to add in on that?
Yeah, for me, the way that I went about college, my freshman year, I was always in the professor's classroom. Like, I was always front row. I was like, y'all can talk about me if y'all want to, but let me get this down. Because being an athlete, you miss a lot. You miss a lot because either you're traveling or sometimes you just don't want to go to class. And like things like that, like you just miss a lot. So when I started my freshman, sophomore year, and then like my junior year, my senior year, when I missed a lot of class because a lot of things were going on, my professors then knew that they could rely on me to get my work done away from the classroom. So I would just say, you know, build that relationship with your professors because they really care. Like, they really do want the best out of you. Even if it's a big lecture class, anything, build those good relationships with your teachers and professors, because at the end of the day, they're the ones that's putting in that grade book. And like, you never know, some professors have a sweetheart and they're like, oh, she did come in that one time and that C just went to a B. So it's like the little things like that I learned, and I'm like, ooh, I'm so glad. Cause like sometimes I had to like build a tear up for my professor because I'm like, I'm just overwhelmed, and boom, I was good. So please form like relationships with your professors. They go a long way. And time management is also key. Get your work done early so at night you can do kind of, you know, you can chill and stuff. So yeah, I don't know if that was the right answer, like politically correct, but that's how I approach college.
Hey, that's right. The relationships, the connections you make, that's networking, and that's finding a way to get what you want. So Bailey, you have anything? You're quite studious already in your master's program, so obviously you've had some success. So can you give us your 2 cents on the academic athletic balance?
Yeah, my key is just knowing myself. I know at night after practice, my brain does not work. It's just gone. So I know that I need to get my work done early. And then on weekends, some people use that as a chance to just chill. I use that as a chance to get ahead, especially if I know I have a game coming up. I just want to focus that day for my game, so I know I'll try to get my work done early.
Great point. Great point. So thank you. Thank you all of you for your genuine and Asia, the authentic and real talk answer. I appreciate that. We do have some great questions coming in, so we're going to keep it from our viewers, if you will. I think I have one here ready to go. Asia, this is actually for you. It says, what is the one thing, Dawn Staley, your college coach, amazing woman, amazing player, great leader. What is something that she has taught you that you still carry into your life and your playing career today? I guess maybe it's hard to maybe narrow it down to just one, but give us maybe a couple different things that you can vividly remember learning from her that still sticks with you.
Yeah, one thing a couple of things I learned from Coach Staley is have to be one, just be true to you. I think that applies to my life all the time and how I am as a player. I knew coming in, like we said, rookie year, you just don't know, but she was just like, hey, just be you. Like, they drafted you for a reason. You got drafted for a reason. So just be you. And then off the court, just being me. Like you mentioned me clapping back on people. Like, that's who I am. I'm going to give you the real story, how I took it. And that's just who I am. I just, either you accept it or you don't. Either way, I still got love for you. So like, that's just who I am. And she's really taught me just be true to me and be myself. And another big thing would have to be discipline. Ooh, Coach Staley would like bang discipline inside our head. Not like literally, but like it would always be something. If somebody gets in trouble, discipline. Like that's how she coaches, that how she just speaks. So that's something that I'm always learning, just how to be disciplined, how to think like a pro at all times, how to be the best, the elite that I can be, whether it's in life, in the classroom, on the court. Always be the best you can be, because it's not only helping others around you, but yourself as well. Like I want people to say, oh, she's a great player. Oh, she loves basketball, this. But at the same time, she's a great person. She's in her community. She's always got her head on straight. So just making sure that, you have a balance in that way, because the ball's going to stop bouncing. And if you don't have a backup plan or people can't count on you, you're pretty much done. So just being disciplined in your life and your goals and things like that. So yeah, those are the two top things that are still carrying with me. Like if I have a bad game, I'm like, oh my God, like I wasn't disciplined enough. I didn't talk on defense. Like those are things that I just remember from Coach Staley. So yeah, she's definitely been a huge influence in my life.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that discipline. I'm sure you've relied on that the last couple months, doing your at-home workouts and being your own accountability partner. So that's great. That I'm sure that's bright and shiny right now for you, the discipline. And I think we all can relate to that just in our daily lives of discipline. Someone that has instilled discipline, in you, which I probably at the time being, you didn't like it, you didn't like the way it felt, and you didn't like someone telling you what to do, but then here you are, a better person on the end, taking those good habits and forming into lifestyle changes. So thank you for sharing that. We do have some more winners. We are giving away jerseys that are like super cool, okay? So we have a black jersey that is going to Amber B. Amber B, you are the winner of the black jersey. Round of applause. And we also have a red jersey. So Charles W., you are the red jersey. All of our young ladies are mostly wearing red, so now you can wear your red jersey to the games and support. So super excited. Congrats to Amber B. and Charles W. Marketing will be in touch to claim your prize. So thank you. And we have another question, which is super awesome. We've touched on, we do have a lot of locals here on the call with us. So Lori C, shout out to Lori. She asks, because especially you locals, what's it like to have your family and friends here supporting during your games? And I will even open this up to, Tiana, you live in Arizona, and remembering, kind of even just your high school games, and Asia, we'll maybe come back to you at the end. You played in your home state of South Carolina, so what was it like kind of playing in front of your own family and friends? Let me kick this off with Mel, and then we will go to Bailey, Tiana, and finish it off with Asia.
Well, first, Lori C. actually sounds super familiar. So shout out to Lori C because she's always on Twitter supporting and doing all of those things. So that's really cool. Thanks for being here. I notice you all the time, and I know we all really appreciate it. So definitely, if you've gone to our games, you've probably seen my dad or probably heard my dad. So it's just really cool. And I think having a lot of locals and having and everyone's family coming, it turns the whole gym into a family. Like everyone, I know, obviously playing with them, Jade and Bailey on Centennial, like our dads know each other, and it just kind of turns smaller families into a big Rebel family. So I really appreciate that, and everyone is that's my baby sister, and everyone is so close with one another. So it's just really cool. There's a reason I stayed in town, and it was to always be around my family. So I'm super appreciative.
Thank you, Mel. I told you she was passionate for Vegas, and that was the answer I was waiting for to get just to Mel. So, Bailey, your turn.
I love just that extra motivation when I look in the crowd and I see my family cheering for me and my past high school teammates and coaches cheering for me. Also, shout out to Lori C. I've seen her at our games, so thank you for all the support. We play for you guys, we play for the fans, we play for the family, so just to look up and see you guys supporting us really keeps us going.
Thank you. Thank you, Bailey. Tiana, you have something to add there?
Yeah, I mean, it's great playing friends, family, that extra support. And like Mel was saying, it really does bring like a sense of community because, you see other parents at the game, other friends, and you kind of just become one community. And support is it gives you that extra motivation on the court. So, we appreciate all the love and support we get from everyone.
Awesome. Thank you. And Asia, I'd like to hear your South Carolina answer and then now your Vegas answer too. So you have double dip here.
Okay. With South Carolina, staying close to home is probably the best decision that I've ever made. Cause like it allows people to watch you grow literally before their eyes. Like people watched me from high school to college. So it's like big time just to watch them grow. And it's just huge to see, like everyone said, just your family up there. Like my grandmother watched me play for the first time ever in her life at the age of like 92 in South Carolina at an exhibition game. And that was one of the reasons why I stayed close to home so she could see me. But like at the end of the day, like that, it just doesn't get much better than that. And like, it really brings the community together because it was a lot of stuff going on in South Carolina, but like on a Sunday, you go to that women's basketball game, of course. Like it was just something that really brought the community together in a positive way. And so I really enjoy that. Of course, I could just go to like my hole in the wall up the street to get something to eat. That was also a good part about being close to home. But really, when you see your family in the stands, it's a sense of just like pride. Like you just really want to put on for your state. And for Las Vegas, oh my gosh, the community here I can't even put into words how great they've been just welcoming us. Cause we're from all over. So they just you really think like I got my license changed. Like I'm like a Nevadian at this point. Like I'm a resident, but like it's like a family feeling that it's just different. Like you can tell they've just been waiting on just a moment just to go nuts. And like the Rebels are getting back started. Like everyone's like, it's just the perfect time for sports in Las Vegas. And I'm just glad to be a part of it because like everyone's yelling, screaming, like they're into it. And it's just something special. So I really appreciate my Las Vegas family here. They always show out. They're always screaming. And that's the beauty of it all.
Absolutely. Well, you definitely are a local in our book. You've done so many great things for our community. So you've got our, checkbox too. So you're definitely a resident local. You can stay here as long as you want because we love it. All right. So thank you for that. And I think our whole Las Vegas community thanks, kind of the impact, especially that the Aces and you, especially kind of as the face of that for, especially when you're getting started here. So we're sad that the season isn't right now, but we'll be fierce coming back. Okay. We are wrapping up to our final 10 minutes here. So we're going to be cognizant of time. We're going to do one final question, and then I'm going to go around the room and we're going to do kind of a closing comment from each one of you. So maybe start thinking about that. Our question is from Dorothy K. And she says, if you could go back based on your journey and have a conversation with yourself, What would you tell yourself? Great question, Dorothy. Thank you for sending that. It's like super deep. So let's get a couple of you to answer that. And then that might even be a great segue into some of our closing comments. So Mia, we'll start with you. You're the old buck on here, I guess, of our panelists. And then we'll go to Krista, and we'll do Asia, and then we'll go around the room for our closing comments. So Mia, get us started off with this last question.
That is a really great question. I think I would tell myself, don't forget what got you here. So many times we can get caught up in the moment and things that are probably not going right or not going the way we probably want it to go at all times. But you know, the journey of what got you to the place you are, especially if you're an athlete or your aspiration is to be a college athlete, it's so much that goes into that. And you never want to get comfortable. You never want to get in a place where you're like, oh, I made it, because there's always more to achieve. One of the things that like I'm really big on is setting goals, putting those goals where you can see them, looking at them, you know, holding them close to your heart. And that's one of the things I would tell myself, because I know I hit a patch in college where it got a little rough and you get down on yourself a little bit. But I would lean in more on that, because if I didn't do those things earlier, I would have never got there. And if I probably would have stayed on course, I would have gotten through those tough times a little bit easier. So, you know, don't forget what got you to the point where you're at. Never get comfortable, and always push for more, because there's always more to achieve. You know, everybody's special in their own way. Everyone has greatness inside of them. You just have to figure out what that is for you. Set those goals and shoot for the stars, because anything is possible.
Nice, Mia. Taking a deep question and going with a deep answer right off the bat. All right, let's hear from you, Krista.
Okay, well, this question's like very emotional for me, so I'm gonna try and keep it like short and sweet. I would tell myself that it's gonna get better no matter what. I would tell myself to not listen to any negative things that could lower my confidence in any way. I would just rely on my support system and rely on myself, because you are not you without yourself. I know that sounds like contradicting, but it's the truth. Like, you are your person and you can do whatever you like want to achieve. Like, that's what I needed to tell myself more and more, because I relied on what other people said to me, and I took in those negative comments so much that it affected my confidence. So I wish that my younger self, I could have just had a more positive aspect to life and tell myself it's going to get better, because it did. Like, life is great now. I'm on track. Like, I'm going to do what I want to do with my life, and I'm going to achieve those goals right now because I pushed through. So, yeah.
Thank you. Thank you, Krista. You're stronger than ever. We're excited. Asia, you finish us off with this question, then we'll go around with our closing comments.
Yeah, I would just have to go off of what Krista said. Honestly, you know, be yourself. I would tell young Asia, you're human. You know, you can do good, bad, or ugly. Someone's going to always have something to say, and just not listen to it. I think we get caught up in, oh my God, I hope I'm doing this right. I hope I'm doing this perfect, especially being athletes. Everything has its own place. But at the end of the day, we're all human, and we're going to mess up at times, but it shouldn't we shouldn't back down from there. And don't listen to the outside noise. The best noise you can listen to is up here, because you know your gut's going to tell you what's up, your mind's going to tell you what's up. So just believe in yourself. I think young Asia got in slumps sometimes because she was, like Krista said, listening to the wrong people, negativity around her, always like, oh my God, why'd you go there? This different, just a lot of just talk. And that's all it is. It's just talk. So I would just tell younger Asia, do you. You're human. You're going to mess up. Who cares? People going to say what they want to say. Doesn't matter. You're still going to wake up and be Asia. So, yeah.
That's great. That's great. And I think that puts us in a great position. We've got just a few minutes left, so I want to go around and give everyone a chance to just say a little kind of closing comment. We have lots of different kinds of people on here, young girls, fans, family members. I'm imagining some of your family are maybe tuned in. So we'll start with you, Jade, and then go to Tiana. Any kind of final thoughts and closing comments. So Jade, you can start us off.
First off, I want to say thank you to everyone that tuned in, because we love to play for you guys. And as an incoming freshman, I'm excited to play for all of you guys. And I hope that you guys will stick by me by this journey. And thank you.
Awesome. Thank you. How about you, T?
Yeah, again, thank you for being on this call. We appreciate all the support. we wouldn't be, us without you guys. So thanks for hopping on today.
Awesome. Let's go to Bailey, Mel, or Bailey and Mel. And then we'll go Krista, Mia, and Asia to finish this off. So sorry, Bailey.
It's okay. Maylee's close enough. Thank you everyone for watching. I hope everyone is safe and healthy and that you guys learned a lot from today. We hope to see you at some games this season. We really do play for you, and we appreciate all the support that you guys give.
Absolutely. Thank you, Bailey. Now you, Mel.
I know we kind of talked about the tall people, but I wanted to shout out all of my shorties. Anything is possible. You just gotta, Asia, please. You just gotta work 3 times as hard, and don't let anyone ever tell you you can't. Everyone is so strong deep within, and Las Vegas is such a big little city. So be super appreciative. We're a giant family. I'm appreciative for every single one of you guys. So also, if you ever get gym time, hit me up. I'm there. But I love everyone. So thank you. Okay, bye.
Thank you, Mel. Thank you. Always good. Krista and Mia.
All right, well, backing off of Mel, shout out to the big boys. You guys are loved. We love big boys, 6 foot and up. Just kidding. Actually, I love everyone, all the basketball players. I just want to say thank you again to everyone on this call. We love you guys. Your support actually means so much to us. And fans, if you come up to us and talk to us at games, we remember you. Just like Mel said and Bailey said, Lori C, remember you. We remember our fans. We appreciate the sport so much. And without you guys, we would not be able to continue with this process. So thank you guys.
Thank you, Krista.
Thank you to everyone that's on this call. Just like everyone else is saying, your support is invaluable. It's extremely impactful, not just as the student athlete, our student athletes that are currently playing, but even afterwards, to have those connections with you guys mean the world to me personally. And I appreciate all of those moments. But I have a comment for any young people that are on here. Just keep going wherever you're at in life right now, whatever's going on, whatever your goals are, because I get everyone's not, on the same path. Wherever you're at right now, keep going. Don't stop. All right. Just continue to pursue whatever it is that you want to pursue, because it's definitely possible. So thank you guys.
Thanks, Mia. That was awesome. All right, Asia, your turn.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me. This has been a ton of fun. For everyone that's watching, please, please, please invest in women's basketball, invest in women's sports. It's something that is going to go a long way. It's something that we take a lot of pride in. And just go support your Lady Rebels. I know they're going to work so, so hard. I don't care if you got to be 6 feet apart, a mask, hazmat suit, I don't care. Be there in the stands, support them, because they've trained a lot. They work for these big moments, and they deserve everything that's coming for them in the positive way. I hope I can be there. Who knows how our season's about to be? Might still be playing when y'all are playing. So please, please, please support them. You guys deserve it. Keep your head on straight. Have fun with it. Love it. You guys are our future of the W of everything. There is no W without you. Without you guys. You guys are the next generation. So stay ahead of the game. Stay focused. Have a lot of fun. And we're in a crazy times right now, but just love on each other. That's really all we need right now.
Awesome. That was great. Thank you so much, Asia. I love the love on each other. I think right now in our world, we need love more than ever. So if you can be someone else's light, then go and be that. I will just finish off before I kick it back to Desiree. Like everyone said, thank you so much for tuning in, for listening. And I encourage you to step up your support for the Aces. I know that we may not have home games this year, but I see more Aces gear and bumper stickers and things out there that just really warms my heart. So Asia, wherever you guys are playing, the city will be behind you, and we'll be ready to welcome you back with open arms once you guys can get going. And I encourage everyone to support our Lady Rebels. We are super excited for this upcoming season. We're going to have a great homestand and preseason. Hopefully we can get that schedule announced. I also encourage you, this is just a part of the whole UNLV Caravan. We have lots more events coming next week. Some more from us as well. The Lady Rebels, we're on another one here next week. So continue to tune in to all of our all of our sports and doing these caravans. I also want to put a major plug for football tickets. All right. Our football team is playing in that cool Allegiant Stadium. You haven't seen it, drive by it. It is the coolest thing I've seen ever. Our football tickets are affordable. It is the best stadium in the world at the best price. And right now we don't have anything else. So buy your season tickets and bring your friends, be loud. Let's pack that stadium for our football team because, I think if we support them, then they're going to come and support us. It's a cycle like that. So again, please stay safe and stay healthy, and appreciate you listening, and go Rebels and go Aces. And Desiree, we'll finish it off with you.
Thank you very much, Coach. Asia, thank you for being a part of this. Thank you for speaking with our student athletes. Every time we've asked, you said absolutely, and I learned so much from you every time you speak. So thank you for providing light and being such a fine representative of women's sports, of all sports. As you can see, to everybody watching, this is an amazing group of talented, fierce leaders. These are the type of women that just represent our university and our community so incredibly well. I am so proud to walk alongside each and every one of them on this journey as we build a championship basketball program, but also as we represent our fine community. It has been a challenging time, but when I look and I see the amazing people, every single one of them on this call, it just fills your heart. It fills your heart with hope. So thank you very much for spending time with us. We are going to work incredibly hard, top to bottom, right to left, left to right, every which way to make everybody in this community proud. So thank you for watching. Have a great rest of your weekend, and let's go Rebels.